Yo, 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 it's your girl, the Six Figure Spot Chick, with another episode of Ugly Side of Entrepreneurship, where we talk about everything ugly, cute, and every single thing in between. I'm your host, Six Figure Spot Chick, and I am super excited to have a very special guest today, all the way from Dallas, Texas. We got Torri, have you made $1 million yet in your spa?
No, not yet.
I think you have. Have you added all your numbers since you've been open? What you think? Close though?
No. You know what? I haven't added all my numbers since I've been open.
You need to add them numbers up.
I could probably say that.
Because you popping.
Yep. I need to.
We know you're doing them high six figure, but we really getting that back office. You probably have earned over $1 million as a spot owner.
You're probably right, Candace.
I need you to be number 21.
Yeah.
21 millionaire.
Yeah.
So guys, we are super excited. We thank you for coming all the way from Dallas.
I wasn't going to miss these.
The weather horrible though.
No, but that's okay. I love coming down here. Y'all got some good food.
Period. So we're going to have an amazing weekend. We super excited you are here. We was doing some back talking before we started recording. We got a lot of good stuff to tell y'all. Okay, it's about to get a little juicy. So first thing first, they need to hear this?
They need to hear that part.
Get ready. I ain't never seen this side of Torri, so I'm excited like you guys are excited. So first thing first, just for the listeners, let them know who you are, where they can find you, where you're located, and then we're going to get into all of the juicy, ugly side of entrepreneurship.
All right, y'all. I'm Torri. I am the owner of Laser Bar Med Spa. I've been a nurse about 20 years, in business about 6 years. I'm located in Dallas, and I'm a nurse injector.
Y'all heard it on it. She does all of the Botox, and you didn't tell them to get your recovery house.
Oh, yeah. I opened a recovery house almost 2 years ago. It is a 4-bedroom home that I purchased about 2 years ago. So I hire nurses. We pick up people from surgery, any kind of surgery, not just cosmetic, and we take care of them.
That's dope.
And we're doing post-op massages, too.
That's dope. So now, you ready to get ugly?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Because I don't know this side of her. I don't know. What do you want to start with first?
Well, I think we can start with coaching.
Okay.
I think we can start with coaching because it's just a lot of things out here that's going on that a lot of people need to be aware of. I was a victim of that to start with. Someone who didn't have experience in coaching, people taking classes with machines. I purchased a machine that I knew nothing about that I couldn't use in Texas. Make sure your coach knows and has been in the game. You need to make sure. Because you'll spend your money on something that you can't use.
So for the coaching, was this a skill set class or was it coaching?
Oh, I had 2 different experiences.
Oh, okay. Which one you want to talk about?
One of them I got a cease and desist, so I can't say her name. But I took a body contouring class from somebody that had a machine included. And it just happened to be one of the girls in the class called me. And she said, we can't use this machine. We can't register it.
What do you mean registered?
Some of the machines have a certain grade level with body contouring that if it's too high, you got to register it. So if it's not...
When you register with who, though?
With the state.
Oh,
so
okay.
in Texas, with a certain grade, you have to register your body contouring machine. But if we taking a class from somebody who doesn't know the laws, that goes along with what Candace was saying. If you take a class and you don't have the experience and you don't know the laws, don't teach the class. We found that out from somebody else in the class that we couldn't use a machine.
Another thing, too, just because we're talking about ugly side of entrepreneurship, and we know a lot of people who have taken and it's so ironic, me and you were just talking about coaching, and you were telling me something. I said, people say that about me. I feel like it's a lie. But people have said that about me before, but I definitely disagree. And so if we talk about the coaching part, and it's just only because I am a coach, I feel like people will pay to have access to a coach and they get it confused of what coaching is. So what was your ugly or bad experience when it came to coaching? And then we'll go back into those classes because that's them classes alone, we can talk about that all day.
Yeah. I was under the impression that the person I worked with had dealt with medical spas, right? Or even spas itself where you can tell me, what I should be doing, helping me with marketing, how to hire. That's what I was getting into. Totally different. I didn't make any more money under that person. I didn't learn marketing under that person. How did
you choose that person?
Listen, and I think it's all about connections. The person that I bought like one of my machines from, they knew that person, suggested that person. So, when you trust in one colleague, they're putting another person on, not being real with that person doesn't know exactly what you need. Mm-hmm. And that's what happened to me. So I lost some money that I could have invested into the right coach.
How much?
Over $10,000. And that could have went into something else.
Shit, that's a tax bill.
For a whole year.
They could have went to the tax bill, to the Uncle Sam. That's a ugly. How do you feel about taxes?
Everybody better make sure they pay them, or you got to have enough write-offs.
Or you're going to go to jail.
Have enough write-offs, or you're going to be in some trouble.
Because taxes is very ugly to me right now. I hate it. Did you see on the Shade Room, they was like, what bill do you hate paying? And then somebody said taxes. I was like, they ain't never lied.
Listen, I own 2 other homes besides my own. I spent over $30,000 in taxes alone. Property taxes.
Oh, we talked about that a little bit one time.
Yeah, I'm ready to come out for some of that stuff. I'm with Candace. I want passive stuff.
No, I won't pass it.
And that's passive, but if the note is steady going up, a lot of people getting to where they can't afford those notes.
No, the world we're living in now, I've never seen anything like it before.
No, and you as the owner, we still got to pay. Mm-hmm. That person move out, I still got to pay.
Plus the taxes.
Yeah, so I'm tired.
Wow. I feel you on that. We jumping off a subject. Sorry, guys.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys.
It's a whole lot of different entrepreneurship.
No, yeah. It's a lot of ugly pieces to being in entrepreneurship. So that's why I said the conversation can go so many different ways, from taxes to coaching to classes. Another thing too, I just want to make sure we address before we move on about the coaching. So what I like to tell people is, like, if somebody call me and be like, can you help me? I'm like, hey, I ask them first, what do you need? And I ask them what they need first, and then if I feel like I can do that, then we proceed to the next level. So did you have a conversation before about what you needed before you paid $10,000?
Yeah, I did. And I remember, because when I reached out to you, but what you didn't know, I come out timid, not really timid. Mm-hmm. I have to really, really know you, and I'm probably something else. Mm-hmm. But that's the real and rawness that I like about Candace. I like people that are like that. Totally the opposite of probably what Candace thought.
Definitely opposite.
Yeah, because I like when people are like that. Mm-hmm. I can take that. I don't wear my feelings on my shoulders.
No, that's good. And since we've been hanging out more, I've been learning more, because I never knew over all these years. It's just things I never knew about you, and so I've been learning more just about you and your kids and all that. I'm like, oh, Torri is lit. Don't get it twisted from her Instagram. She lit, and you stay partying.
You gotta live.
You be living.
You gotta live.
You be
I'm
living.
A work and live.
I love it. That is, her living life is not ugly, everybody. Okay. So that happened to you with the coaching, and then we jump back into the classes. We were talking off camera about how people, and that could have what happened to you in your class. That person could have taken a class from somebody and immediately started teaching it.
Correct.
And so anybody who's listening, I do not advise that. I do not advise people to go take a class and then immediately start teaching it. Normally, when I do my classes, I tell people, hey, if you want to teach this, you need to do at least 50 clients. You need to make at least 6 figures before you try to go teach it. That's what I tell people. So what do you feel?
I feel like you really need to know it. You really need to be educated on it. Do your own research after class, because probably had she done that research, she would have known, okay, I can't tell them this. Right.
That's like when I do teeth whitening, I be saying, hey, you can't do teeth whitening here. You can't. But it's only because I know those things.
Correct.
But I do want to know them, though. So I make it my business to know those things.
You got to do your own research. It's just like with injections. Things change. So injectors, we have to keep going to class, because the way we inject changes.
Right.
There's always ways to improve. So that's probably something that she should have looked into before doing it.
So people who want to get into classes, what do you think they should have, so it won't be a mishap that you felt you had with the class you took?
I can agree with the 6 figures, because then you feel like you have perfected that. But not so much of that, but also know what you're doing and be confident in it. So a lot of people doing stuff and they're not confident in it. I wasn't confident in lips for years injecting.
When did you get?
I probably took classes 3 times, but I kept doing it more and more now. But it took me to like year 5 to just feel confident.
Really?
So I would have never taught people lips until I will not teach nothing I'm not confident in.
So I want to make sure everybody heard when you said you took you took the same class from different people 3 times. 3 times. So I want to make sure people who are listening, I want you guys to know it's okay. Like for me, I took 6 V-STEAM classes. I've took 4 teeth whitening classes. I've taken a lot of classes just myself because I'm like, hey, I want to be refreshed because information does change. So, of course, them knowing it, how will somebody know that they know it that when they can? Where the reason why I say 50 people or 6 figures, because that means you must have done enough people.
You feel more confident. You've done all those people.
What I learned as a massage therapist I learned that I got better because it was so many different bodies and so many different problems, and that's how I became a great massage therapist because I had touched so many people and I got that hands-on experience to be the best, if that makes sense.
It does. With lips, there's no injector that hasn't had a problem, right? So we got to call somebody else. That's why we need that doctor. Something go wrong, you got to call your doctor. So they can help you get out of that. It's going to be a different problem when the problem arises for you to fix it, and you learn how to fix it. So,
because you just said that opened up a whole nother can of worms, guys. Because she just said that. So,
yeah,
a lot of people who are entrepreneurs, they have problems. But they don't know where even to go to get a solution. So, even if we talking outside of med spa, I feel like a lot of people, their business or their life can get ugly because they don't have that support system or somebody to reach out to. I call it a lifeline now.
Yeah.
They don't have their lifeline. And so it just gets out of control. What do you think about that? Or not what you think about that, did that happen to you at any moment during your entrepreneurial career?
I think as far as I kept looking for somebody to help with marketing. Because that's why I reached out to you. When I saw how well you had helped Tracy. Because I'm going to tell you this, I was already following you. But you weren't coming down my timeline enough.
No, you weren't studying me.
No, you weren't coming down my timeline enough. So when I saw that, I kept watching. Then I inboxed you because I felt stuck. And I'm like, I need a coach that knows the spa world. And I'm already seeing some of the results versus I'm finna lose some more money.
And you don't want to lose more money.
I had already felt like I lost enough.
Okay, so can we talk about that? That's another ugly side of entrepreneurship, losing money. But you lost money, but you didn't stop spending.
Oh, no.
Some people lose money and they stop spending. I ain't going to another class. I'm not going to another event. I'm not taking another coaching program. They just stop.
Yeah.
What made you not stop?
Because I know you got to keep going. You need that support. So even if you're a text away or a DM away, everybody wants to feel like there's somebody I can ask this to. When you stop that and there's nobody in between, that's how I always end up. I'm going back to Candace.
Period.
I'm going back because I need that resource. And I'm not that person. I don't feel right. If that's what you do for a living, I don't feel right just reaching out and not having paid for that. That's just how I roll. So it's like, get back in there and do what you need to do.
I was like, you're coming back. I was like, do you need me?
I'm stuck again. And that comes from not listening sometimes. And go back and read them notes. You give us a lot of notes. Go back and read them.
This is so good because you just said you got stuck again. So everybody who is listening, I want to be super clear and transparent that information changes, strategies change, economy change, culture change, spending power change. And that's why oftentimes as entrepreneurship, people get stuck because they could be trying to use a strategy from 2 years ago or something from 3 years ago, and it doesn't work in this season.
And right now, the economy we are in is just pretty bad.
No, it's horrible.
It's bad. So the money people were making, I call it the pandemic money. The money we seeing right now, them the clients that really got some money. They had the money to do the injections. Those are the women that believe in beauty. No matter what, it's coming out the husband money, it's coming out of somebody's money. The clients you have right now in the spa business are the clients that you're going to have.
Damn.
Yeah.
So what they gonna do?
This ain't the pandemic money.
What they gonna do? It's gonna get ugly.
It's gonna be ugly. Just know your numbers right now. They're gonna go up. But what we have right now, those are the people those are the women and the men that spend money on themselves.
Wow. Y'all heard it, don't it? She said it out her mouth that the spa industry, them clients you got, you better be trying to hold on to them. Yeah. Or what I would tell people, especially if you guys are looking, if your money is declining and you feel like your life is getting ugly, your bank account is getting ugly, what advice would you have for them?
Invest. Be careful with who you invest with. Be careful with what you're investing in. And hold on to your money. This ain't the time to spend a lot on frivolous stuff. This ain't the time to shop hard. This is the time to invest. If you own a spa, you really can't be out here without a coach. Everybody, even your coach got a coach. Candace got a coach. You need a coach. That's your lifeline. and a few people you know that maybe are in the business like you that you can call on. I have a couple of nurse injectors when I have an issue that have been in the game longer than me that I feel comfortable to text. Because sometimes I don't always bother my doctor. Because there are people who have new experience in what your doctor may even have.
That's smart.
It's good to have somebody else.
And a lot of people are now they're building up their network with other nurses. That's a good thing too, guys, to really build up your network with a good round of people so you can get what you need so you don't have to always. Another thing too, don't always go to the same person.
No.
If you got multiple people, you can get multiple advice or multiple. You can get it from a different point of view, if that makes sense.
And in our world, it's so small. It's not a lot of black nurse injectors.
No, it's not.
It's people that'll take the class, but they don't use it, and I know why. Because that can be scary. It's a whole nother side.
And they can get in big trouble if something happens. So do you think that's why they're not doing it? Is because they're just scared, or
they may be scared, or they may be like me. You have one lip and something went wrong, and now I'm scared. I'm freezing up.
No, that's
but you got to keep going.
When I used to do post-op, I had one thing. I quit.
I think that has a lot to do with it. And a lot of people want to go and work somewhere else. Well, let's be honest. We can say it. It need to be said. They don't hire us in med spas. Go to your
black people?
No, black nurses.
I didn't know that. Well,
y'all go look at them pictures of the med spas and see y'all spending y'all money with them. They don't hire us. That's a whole nother topic.
You know why I didn't know that? Because everybody I know own a spa. Mm-hmm. I didn't know that they don't hire
us. I know one black nurse injector in Dallas.
Who works at another place? Mm-hmm. Why do you think they don't hire black people?
I almost wonder, is it because a lot of black women don't know about injections that they can use to look better, right? So if a lot of us are not getting it, then do they feel the need to hire us?
And it could, this is just me what I'm thinking. It could be an issue if most of their clients are Caucasian.
Correct.
They don't want somebody black.
Or Hispanic.
They don't want somebody black coming even injecting them because they probably feel like you're not qualified.
Somebody walked away, had paid a deposit and everything.
To you? Mm-hmm. And then found out you was black?
Yeah, because if you schedule me, you don't know whether I'm a man or a woman. Torri can be versatile, right? Mm-hmm. And my last name isn't there. My last name can go for any race. Darn near. So they don't know. You get in the room, and if you pay the deposit and then you don't want your injections no more, it's because I'm black.
How did that make you feel?
I already had a deposit. But it just almost made me feel like you're going to run into that. We know. Being a nurse in the hospital.
I didn't know.
Okay. So in the hospital,
I did not
we have
know.
patients that don't want us because we black. Now, black nurses go through that a lot. So I was 20 years in the game as a nurse. I was already prepared. Like, I already got your $50, so hey.
One time I was working at a massage envy and somebody didn't want a black guy to massage them. But she was an older white lady, so I was like, I could see her not wanting a black guy to massage her. That's what I see.
But see that era too.
But they could still make somebody feel some type of way. Because if you book, you think you're going to get the rest of your money that hour for that client.
See, that's different. Yeah, that's true. If I had been counting my Botox money, then yeah.
Because you lost money.
But I'm so used to it. You know, I was so used to it, especially the hospital I came from. So yeah.
Is your picture on your website when they book you?
Nope.
That's smart though to me.
Oh yeah, I took it off. I learned that. I took it off.
Y'all heard that? Take your picture off your website. So why is it not on the website?
Because that reason. That reason.
That's smart. My first spot, I had all Asian pictures. I didn't know any better though, and I hadn't built my brand yet. And that's all and mind you, this is almost 14 years ago. Mm-hmm. I didn't see black people in spot industry. It's barely black photos now. If we want to, use some images or something. So I knew all Asians doing spots. So my first spot, my website, everything was all Asians.
Did you get a lot of Asians?
No, I got like Caucasian. I still get all the Caucasians. Now I'm excited. I get all Caucasians if they coming through like Groupon or something. Mm-hmm. And it's because of the area. I always put my spas in good areas. So far, all my clients, because I just opened back up, everybody has been a Caucasian. But I'm black on my website. They see my black face. I'm on there bending down. Y'all look at it when you get time. Look at my website.
Well, see, that's different. Well, that's good.
But my brain already built, and I'm so comfortable with myself.
That's a difference.
Yeah, I'm super comfortable with myself.
So it's like now, the Botox clients and filler clients I've had for years, I've been having, because we grew that trust with each other, right? But just that one person, though, out of hundreds, I'm good.
Wow. So she was the only one then.
She's the only one I ever had that problem.
You felt no type of way about it.
No, because I'm used to it. That's
strong,
bad,
Torri.
but I'm used to it. In the hospital, okay, let me go get you another nurse.
Are you like a pit bull?
I'm an Aries.
Cause you small.
I probably was a hard. My kids will say I was a hard mother. They grown now.
Really? Yeah. Like mean or hard? Which one? My kids say
not mean, but just hard on them because I was something else. Mm. So it really wasn't nothing you couldn't do that your mama probably ain't did. Oh, I was something else. So.
You were lit. You on Freaknik documentary?
Nah, not Freaknik, but they don't need to do. They don't need to do Kappa Beach.
What's the name of it?
Kappa Beach.
That's in Texas.
Kappa Beach is in Texas and Galveston. It goes down.
I only know about Oak Cliff.
I'm from Oak Cliff.
Cause that's all y'all. Oak Cliff.
I'm from Oak Cliff.
If you're from Oak Cliff, leave us a comment. That's all I be hearing. Dallas is Oak Cliff, so I don't know anything.
South Dallas. Yeah, South Dallas is way worse than Oak Cliff.
Really?
Oh yeah. If you from the South, yeah, you can handle some everything.
Leave it in the comment if you're from Dallas. What part of you from? We coming to Dallas. I'm excited. So you got your spa, super successful, doing great things, doing your shadow days, got your team, got your products. And so from building up to that, like you've already talked about, hey, I got burnt with a coach. I took a class, that wasn't good, but I still kept on investing. So in between that, we know lives.
Oh, yeah.
Right? And so I talk to a lot of people. I meet a lot of people. And they always say, I just got a lot going on right now, my personal problem, but you didn't let that stop you.
No, I lost probably 3, and Candace didn't know till afterwards. I lost 3 people. My grandparents raised me. I'll start with that. Both of them had cancer at the same time, and my little sister. Yep. So I lost all of those people besides my sister back to back, and my stepfather. So
what kept you going?
Just probably me being who I am, and I know they would have. My granddaddy invested in me. That money I lost, that was Papa.
Don't play with Papa.
Yeah, that was him. But my grandmother owned a beauty salon, so I was always kind of groomed to own my own.
This is so ironic because people have been coming on the show and their parents or somebody else was also in this beauty space, so you guys grew up with that.
Yep.
And I think maybe they played a part in you guys being in the beauty space.
Oh, yeah. Now, my granddaddy, he never liked working for people.
I don't like working at all, whether it's for myself or people.
I didn't have no problem with nursing.
Do you like being an entrepreneur?
You know what? I have started liking it, I would say, like in the last 3 years. I think the reason why I didn't like it at first, y'all, because I was trying to work, and that's hard. Mm-hmm. I was that nurse that worked at 8 to 5, and then I'm seeing clients after that.
A lot of nurses, that's their story right now.
And on the weekend. But I will say this, the advantage of that is being able to fund your business out of the money. When I worked extra, it helped a lot.
So if any nurse, I don't want to just make this about nurses. I don't want to just make it about spas, but if you guys are listening, people always say, if you know you want to do entrepreneurship, let your job be your investor. And I'm telling everybody right now, this season that we are in, it's just crazy. Just the economy, like what's happening, everything is expensive and it's a lot going on. And so I'm telling everybody, if you have a job, if you don't have a bunch of money saved up, keep your job right now during this season because it's just uncertain times. Like for me, I don't know if you would agree. Like we can always go back and get jobs. Like I can go work at any spa if I want to. But I just know for me, I'm not going to do well on somebody's clock. And so even though I'm in an uncertain time, like what do I do? Like I'm an entrepreneur. I know I can't work for anybody else. So I have to make whatever I'm going to sell. I have to make it work and I have to sell it. So do you feel like, hey, entrepreneurship is for me. I don't plan on going back getting a job.
My check stopped last year. So I could tell everybody that. My check stopped last year. So this is my first year just having to, okay, you do all of it. You don't have no check coming in. But I can tell you this, it made me advertise more. I bumped it up because Candace said 10%. I wasn't doing that, y'all. I'm going to tell you, you learn to listen.
It's 30% now.
Oh, shoot. Okay.
They said the competition is that high.
I can see that. The way you see these ads steady coming from med spas. Yeah.
For everything.
Oh, God.
I get ads for boutiques, books, templates, events, concerts. I see ads for every food delivery. I see ads for things for pet. I don't even have a pet. I'm like, well, I'm seeing a pet ad. I don't have a pet. I don't like pets. So I see an ad for everything.
Yeah.
And so now they saying spend more money because your competition is spending more money and they still going to beat you.
I got to do way better.
But I will be clear. I'm telling everybody that if you do the 30%, add that to the bottom line. So you don't just spend all it on marketing. Add it in there so you can get it back, if it makes sense. Because 10% already a lot for some people.
Yeah.
So to do 30, it's over the top.
Yep.
But again, it goes back to what I'm saying. The times are changing. It's not what got us to that first million. It might not take you to the next one. Or what got you to the first multi-six figures or your first 30K months, that might not work to take you to your 50K months or your 60K months or even to keep 30K months consistent, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So when you say you were stuck, how did that make you feel and where do you think that came from?
What always makes me feel like, what am I doing wrong? What am I lacking in, right? Because at some point you feel like you're lacking. And it's probably just consistency. Just like we just talked about emails. For me, it's consistency. And it's also posting like my products over and over. Mm-hmm. I probably ain't posted a product in a month.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm going to text you. I'm like, Torri, post those products.
But I'll tell you what, the young lady who does my social media, she's been catching it. I saw her post something last week.
Oh, that's
so
good.
She's been doing better at this. So that's one of the conversations I need to have with her. Like, I'm glad you caught that for me, but I need her to do that.
And she probably want to have a lot of content too. Mm-hmm. And so that's another thing too, guys. If you're listening, if you do have a social media manager, I suggest everybody to send them like a SOP of what you want them to post, or hey, on Wednesdays, post about products. On Tuesday, post about this service. On Friday, post about this service again. On Sunday, post the reviews. That way they kind of got a script to follow, right. And it shows the cohesiveness on your particular page. What do you think about that?
Now, listen, you just said SOP. Half these people not going to know what SOP is if they didn't have a coach. I'm going to stop right there. You got to tell them what that is. If we didn't have you or we didn't have somebody to tell us that, not just nurses, but people that's trying to get into business, we don't know what that means. I know what it means because...
Tell them what it means.
So your standing operating procedures, everybody needs that. Mm-hmm. You got to know it. It's almost like for nurses, nurse talk, it's standing orders. Mm-hmm. What y'all want us to do, what protocol we going by. So that's what it is.
That's another thing too. So I know we're going to have a bunch of nurses. We're going to have a bunch of nurses watching. And so I work with nurses. I talk to nurses. You work with nurses. Mm-hmm. And a lot of nurses, they cannot see themselves making it with this spa industry because it's not nursing. It's not a job. Like, it's a business. So what advice would you have for a nurse who is trying to open up her spa? Because I want to make sure they can see the light at the end of the tunnel. Because I feel like when they get into it, mm-hmm. they be like, they back out pretty much. A lot of them back, and they're losing money as well.
You're going to lose some money. You're going to lose some money. There is no business that you're not going to lose money in. You have to keep going. No one's not going to break you. There was so many times I was probably going to give up. It took me to year 3.5 to not be negative, y'all. But I also didn't have a coach. Keep that up. Find the right one. Mm-hmm. That had a lot to do with it. Lot to do with it. And I'm telling you, I don't know at what point it started changing. I took a ad class. Mm-hmm. I learned how to get them ads down to like 30-something cents a click. You got to keep investing.
I took an ad class. I paid $2,000 for mine.
Oh my God, I can't even remember, but it was some money. It was well worth it. You're going to find different people that you have to invest in, but do some good reviews on the people you're investing in and don't give up. If it's something you really want to do, don't give up. Have a coach. I can't keep your credit good. I started out with good credit, so I was able to have some business cards. If you don't have good credit, see Candace, because you cannot be in business with... See Alexis.
I can't help him with no credit. Business credit I can help you out with.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Because, personal credit.
Yeah, because they personal credit jacked up.
So see Alexis for your personal, but get with Candace for business. Because mm-hmm. I learned stuff. Like, I was taking payments from everywhere. That's another thing Candace will tell y'all that. But, yeah, it's just stuff you learn that I wouldn't have known had I not finally got a coach. And let's say the right one, because I had one. Yeah.
Well, that was your first one, though.
Right.
That was your first one.
Right.
So mm-hmm. really quick, do you think those 3.5 years when you was negative, how were you feeling? Like, I just opened my spa, I'm negative. I'm still, mm-hmm. I'm the number one spa queen, but I understand it's a process, so I'm giving myself a 90-day grace. If you guys are listening, I don't want to tell you guys, give yourself a 3-year grace.
No. Because if you had the right person, you won't go through it.
Yeah, 3
Some of
years
the
is a long
things I
time.
invested in, I wouldn't have. Had I listened to somebody. And there are still some things that had I listened to this, it wouldn't have went this way.
Right.
So
yeah. I'm giving myself, guys, 90 days to just build up my spot. So I'm spending out a lot of money on just the building it, making sure people know about it, know we open, know who we are. So that's my 90-day grace. But after them 90 days, it got to be straight profit.
See, that's good. Because they say give your business, 3 to 5 years? Yeah. See how Candace looking, y'all?
Say it
that
again.
means you need to...
Say it again. What they say?
They say give your business 3 to 5 years. It takes that long for you to come out the negative. So I can feel it. I did it. It was about year 3.5. And I was almost breaking every time, like, I'm not going to do this no more. But had I had a coach, I would have... And somebody experienced in what I was doing, I would have felt a lot better.
But now you feel good.
I would have been out that negative way before then.
You feel good now?
Oh, I feel better. I'm going to tell you what's scary now. Let me not say so scary because I really have big faith. I cuss a lot, though. I do. God,
I never knew that either.
Oh, yeah. But I tithe. But I'll tell you this. I think now it's really making me depend on God because I knew I had a check. Don't quit your job, though. But I knew I had a check. This year, I don't have a check. So for my numbers to still be where they are, I'm sure that helped me. Sometimes I get scared, but then it's like, I see my numbers like, what you scared of?
But everybody
it's like, you got to go harder, Torri, because what you scared of?
Right. Wow. So I want to ask you a quote so we can wrap up, but I want to be clear too. So what's one thing that happened to you as an entrepreneur that you would like to share to help somebody else? They could be going through it now. It could be coming. And so we just want to kind of give them some advice to help them, something that, that you don't mind sharing.
I think the thing we were going to get into, and we not. Y'all, just one thing, be careful of your partner. Your spouse or your significant other, that can make or break you. It can stress you. At all times, you got to put, let's say, God first if you're a Christian. Then you got to take some time out for yourself. I do that. I don't have no problem with that. Your kids, your husband, that can take a lot from you and it's pulling you. You have to have somebody that is supportive, that you don't have to hear nothing from when you get home, because it's going to be some late nights. It's going to be some times you flying to come be with Candace. You don't need nobody that's saying something about your every move.
So what do you do in that situation? Sometimes
you got to let that go.
You let it.
You might have to. Okay, if it's your husband, try some counseling first. Try some counseling. I've been married, y'all.
So but you saying if he ain't your husband, you can go and leave?
You can go and leave. You can figure out. This is my favorite line, y'all. We're not a good fit.
Oh my, we not a good fit.
Because that last one taught me that I don't take a lot of stuff no more at all. I don't even give too many second chances. We're not a good fit.
I don't either. That's not good for us, though.
It's not.
I'm learning that from my therapist.
But I'm in counseling. I ain't seen her 2 months. I'm going to call her soon.
Yeah, I'm learning that we can't. My therapist told me I cut people off too fast.
But see, when you done gave so many chances in the past, it'll make you be like that. So I have to figure out now what's the fine line where you don't feel broken. But for me, it's more about business. Because my best friend was like, you really ain't on nobody. You just on your money. I don't think it even had anything to do with that person. You just on your money. So you have to have somebody that's understanding. She really about that. And when she get time, we're going to be together.
So they just got to wait.
I'll see you about twice a week, maybe 3.
3 good.
I think that's good, but I can't be up under you I can't do clingy. Clingy don't work.
Really?
No.
My husband real clingy.
And you got.
But I'm not clingy.
See, and that's
why
I'm a whole fire sign, so it's hard to deal with us anyway.
That's why he's a yang to my yang, because he's clingy and I'm not clingy. I'll be like, I want my money, I gotta run my business, I gotta do this. But you know what? I don't want to do those things anymore.
Right.
I want to be with my husband. I want to be at home. I want to be with my kids. I want to travel. I want to cook. I never cook. So I don't want to be those things. So do you think, we hear what you're saying now.
I think once I get to a certain number, I'll feel better.
You think so? See, mine's not about a number.
It is for me to feel comfortable to just be, for me it's a certain number.
So that's just what it is.
That's what it is right now.
We might change.
It might. That's why I need to see my counselor.
Yeah, you guys call your counselor, your therapist. They can really change your life.
Every entrepreneur need one. Keep one.
They can keep you out of jail. They can keep you from leaving your man, like Torri's telling you.
They can keep you out of jail because,
Yeah, they keep me out of jail. That's the old me popping up. I didn't want to go to jail.
I can attest.
Yeah. You want to sing a God song? You said we sung a whole God song. So you did that finger now.
See? Yeah.
See? Don't do no God
that was
up
for
in here.
keep me out of jail.
Keep us out of jail, Lord. Thank you, Jesus. So we're gonna end. I wanna what's one of your quotes that you would like to let the listeners know?
Don't give up. Don't get a coach. But the quote is just don't give up.
Why should people not give up?
It's so easy to. It is so easy to.
Why should people
The
not
harder
give
thing
up?
is staying in there. The harder thing is staying in there. It's easy to give up.
I think people should give up when it's something that they know they're not passionate about. I think a lot of people, they have ASS do things.
That's true.
They're not passionate about it anyway. They don't care enough about it anyway. Like, we stay in it because we care so much about it and we really want to do it. And so I don't want to tell people, and it's just my personal opinion, because we hear this all the time, like, don't give up, keep going. But some people are going for things that they really don't want to do that no way.
Right. It might just be a moneymaker, and I really don't care for it. Yeah, that's true.
Or, I mean, other things too, not just like making money in their business. Like, it could be giving up on a relationship.
Oh, yeah.
That's another show.
Yeah, for me, it surely is.
That's another show.
That's how God help me. I be telling them.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So, that could be a thing. Let me think of a quote. So my quote that I would give on this episode is, if you don't work, you don't eat. If you don't grind, you don't shine. Because we talking about getting the bag.
Yeah.
We talking about getting the bag. All right, guys. So we are do you have any last words? Anything we didn't talk about? We talked a little bit about the relationship. Anything that we did not talk about that you want us to talk about? Talk about them bad coaches.
Seriously.
Talked about them bad classes.
Yep.
Talked about these men who want to complain about everything.
Yeah. Don't pull your 401k. Don't dump it.
What do you mean?
Oh, yeah.
What do you mean?
Don't dump it, y'all. Keep your money to the side because it comes in handy for stuff like this.
I never had a 401k. I never worked a corporate job.
But some of these people do.
Yep. No, when you say don't dump it, are you saying don't pull from it?
Some people get the pulling into it for their business. You need to keep that for hard times, especially in a time like now. Keep it.
Because they could be in a hard time.
Oh, yeah. It's going to happen. We all fall into one. Entrepreneurs are not above it. That's why we got to save some money for those times. Because it's going to happen. It's a matter of when it happens so you have something to pull from.
You still got yours or you pulled from it?
I pulled a long time ago. So I've been rebuilding that nest. That was part of the first 3.5 years.
Wow. That you said it was bad.
Yeah.
Wow.
It was bad.
Y'all, this some tea. We gotta bring her back. We gotta bring Torri back, baby, because this some good tea. Okay. Shout out to all my nurses. You guys definitely keep your heads up. You guys are honored. You guys are so appreciated out of the nurses. It's a meme going on right now, and it says CNA, LPN, DON. What DON stand for the nurses? DON.
Oh, the DON is the director of nursing.
See, I'm not a nurse. I was like,
so she's over the RNs for the most part.
It's a meme, and I was like, I ain't know everything they was talking about. I'm gonna ask you one more because I don't know what it means. Let me ask you, because I screened. I said, I don't know what this means. Director of nursing. She was looking like a Beetlejuice, like with her hair.
She probably stressed to death. There's a lot of nurses don't want that position.
Yeah, they said she going through.
Yeah, she be going through.
The CNA was so cute. I thought CNAs would be working a lot.
They work a lot.
Baby, the CNA was cute.
They be keeping it together.
I said, who makes
this?
They be
keeping it together.
Look, I said, look, LP, I knew that CNA, RN. Look at the done. That's crazy, ain't it?
She's stressed. She don't really have the time to be going to get her stuff done. She's stressed. The nurses calling in, quitting. It's a lot of responsibility for a director of nursing.
They got her looking
Got to keep that staff right. Not all of them be looking like that. They're going to take the time, but they be stressed.
This somebody's making memes. It was funny. I was like, y'all, this funny.
Sure.
But shout out to the nurses. Thank you, Torri, for coming through.
Welcome.
Y'all, we are wrapping up the episode of Ugly Side of Entrepreneurship. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Subscribe, and we want to see you guys next time. Peace.